Guys, I am KAV Vinay Karthik and I am pursuing 3rd BTech in the branch of Computer Science. And the project we are supposed to showcase now is Meta Wallet. This is a group project. We developed it using all the web application technologies and tools. Let's get into this web application, Meta Wallet. As the name suggests, Meta Wallet, that means we can store any personal information referred to an individual, like several passwords to different domains, and any privileged access cards like credit or debit cards, and any ID proofs, and any other personal storages like PDFs, images, and any kind of storage you can store here. First, you need to initialize the publication by accessing get started if you have an account personally, or you need to register for this by saying sign up. So you need to give full name. You need to be careful while entering the passwords. Both the passwords you entered should be same. So after registering to this web app, you will be directed to the login page. So this is the app you are registered for. So this is Meta Wallet. The credentials you entered will be displayed directly here, and you can have the features like add passwords, add credit card details or debit card details, add proof IDs, and any personal information like PDFs or image files you can store here. And after storing, you can watch them by clicking these view aspects like view passwords, view ID proofs, view credit or debit card details, or view personal notes. This is a shortcut for accessing these adding your storages. Now the services which are privilegedly provided by this application Meta Wallet will be displayed in the background after clicking services button. These are the services, and this will be helpful for the users which are recently got introduced to this application. Let's analyze all the features. First we'll go to add passwords. So add passwords button redirects to the password manager page, which we have to specify the specific domain like Facebook. For the Facebook domain for the specific user, we need to specify the password also. After storing the password, it will be stored to the database inside the credentials of the user we logged in. These are the credentials. The passwords will be stored in the form of ciphertext. All the passwords will be encrypted before storing into the database in the format of a irreversible string format. Next, a user can also delete unused passwords, like when you click on the delete option, they will get directly deleted and displays empty passwords, no details found, right? So come back to the dashboard and you can add a credit card or debit card details here. First you need to specify the card number. It's 11-digit card number. And you need to specify the expiry date for the specific card. Next, a 3-digit CVV number. It's an optional feature for linking image here. Suppose if you want to make a copy of this card and let that store into the database, you can click any image. I'm randomly picking an image. You need to store the credit card exactly, which you have all these details inside it. So, and then click on add card. So when you click view ID proofs, it will be redirected to the, it will be rendered, all these details will be rendered to the .ejs file, and this ejs file will consist all these store details will be replicated there. So these are the details, and when you click view image, the image you have linked up there. While you are storing your details, you have linked an image, right? When you click this, that image will be displayed by the download. Now coming to the ID proofs. ID proofs is of any type, like a PAN, Aadhaar, driving license, or a student personal ID card. Like, now you need to specify the name as per the ID, and ID proof number, and you need to specify the image format, in which the ID is stored in. I'm giving this as my ID, which is in the form of .png format, image format, and storing all these details. All these details will be stored to the database, including the image. By addition to the image, all the details will be stored, and all these stored details will be replicated in the .ejs file. You can see the image which is stored, and it will be downloaded and replicated here. These are the details which we have stored, and you can also delete them if you don't want these. When in case of any unused data. So if you want to store any kind of PDF files or personal data, text files, textual files, and any kind of code files, you can store any kind of textual data files, like any I've conveyed back, like you can also store images here. I'll specify the title as sample data 2021 to 2022. Content is show specified below. So you need to specify here if either any kind of textual file. I'll specify a PDF file. So when you click save note, the data will be stored, including the PDF file, and the data, the stored data will be replicated here in the output rendered page, .ejs file. When you click view image or view file, this can be a view file or view image, any name is good. So when you click view the data, the PDF file which is stored before will be directly appear here, in the downloads. So this is the file we have stored in, and this will be replicated in the output file, output page, and you can access that file whenever you want. It will be stored securely in the database. Here the protocols we have followed by building this web application are very maximal. So we are providing the comprehensive security and convenience, reliable features, applicability, like user-friendly interface, organization of data is very much important for the construction of this application, like data encryption, several protocols for the purpose of securing the data while storing itself. And mainly the thing is, we have constructed this application by applying several methods to build a responsive feature. Like it must be compatible with every screen. It needs to be very suitable for all the screen sizes. So we have user responsive design, and the key features I have conveyed earlier. User profile management, you can edit your profile, user credentials. Password management, you can store different passwords for the specific domains, credit cards, ID proofs, and any kind of personal storages like PDFs, all the textual data and image format data. You can also store the data which you have typed in this application, which you are giving dynamically in this application. After all these uses, you can directly get logged out from this application. It will redirect to the login page. So this is the project we have built. So here the main thing I'm supposed to convey here is, while storing all the details given by the users, such as either user credentials while signing up, while registering up to this web application, or any kind of personal information which is specified by the user, will be stored. Recently I have registered to this web application in the name of, with the email karthik123@gmail.com, right? So these three fields are like which I have specified, right? These fields are email, full name, and password. So here the thing is, every password, at every instance in which the password specified by each user will be stored in an encrypted format, irreversible format, which can't be found out in the database. It can't be tracked out, right? So at every user credential, at every user activity, then the storage or details will be stored inside the image of, inside the replication of the email. For every email there will be specific fields, specific documents, or specific collections inside the main collection. For each and every data store there will be a sub collection, so which avoids the data inconsistency. So we stored the details like card details, and those card details will be replicated as a sub collections, and those sub collections will have the documents which consist of several fields. The image field consists of a URL. This URL will be generated by the Google Firebase by default, which can be accessible later while you are rendering the page. While you are accessing the data, this URL will be triggered, and by accessing this URL you will get a downloaded image, right? I've shown you before. So I'll show you an extra thing, how the passwords for the different domains will be stored. So when I store the password for like amazon.com, the password is amazon@123. When I click store password, this detail will be stored. We got to know that the store details will be replicated as it is amazon.com, and the password is amazon@123. But while storing, how they will be stored, I'll show you. Where this is here. in the user details inside the user Karthik at 123@gmail.com. Okay. Okay, this is the password. This is a sub collection. I mean, the password is a sub collection inside the user collection Karthik123@gmail.com, and this sub collection, which has the name like a default made string like DUX A7U.
So let's get into the code. This is the code which contributes to the complete functionality of a web application. I mean, it describes several routes for different web pages. I mean, dynamic data rendering, data storing for the database, and all these. The first thing we need to do is to import required modules here and to initialize the Firebase. So here the code starts importing various Node.js modules like Express Session, Firebase Admin, Multer, and others. It initializes the Firebase Admin SDK with the provide service account credentials and sets up the connection to Firebase storage and file store. Next, the second thing we need to do is to establish a session middleware. I mean, an Express middleware here. So this is the Express middleware session. An application which is developed by using Express is created and middleware functions are set up, including Express session for session management, static file serving for public directory, and URL encoded data passing for handling post requests. This encoded URL procedure for passing the data has specified it for passing the data. So next, coming to the user registration and login. This is a sign up code for making the user to access the registration form. Here the sign up route which is useful for user registration. This code defines the routes for user registration. And the sign up route is for user registration, and the login route here, where is it? This is the login route. This is the login route for making the user to get logged in to the dashboard. I mean to the web application. Both these routes defines installed procedures for the user to access the web application. When the user registers, their password is hashed and stored in file store. Yeah, this is the hash password function for making the passwords hashed and stored into the file store. If the email already exists, the mail is sent to the user. When the user logs in, their enter password is compared with the hash password stored in the file store. If the match, the session is created. Next, coming to the file upload with Multer. This is the Multer we have used. Multer is used to handle file uploads for card ID proofs and nodes. It configures the destination and the file name for the uploaded details. Next, data storage and retrieval. Data storage comes under storing the data in the form of either textual data or image formats. First, we can data storage involves storing passwords for different domains, ID proofs, credit card details, or personal storage like PDFs, images, or textual data, etc. All these routes add password, add ID proofs, add card details, add new nodes. All these comes under data storage. And the retrieval I will convey later. These are the routes for rendering the data. I mean, the data which is stored in the retrieve and rendered in the output forms. These are the routes like index, proof, card1, and nodes. These are the routes for rendering the data. I will convey them later. First, we will see about the data, the routes for storing the data and retrieving them. These are the routes. Add password, add card details, ID proofs, new nodes for adding card details, ID proofs, and nodes. These routes store the data in file store and upload associated files to the Firebase storage. Next, coming to the authentication. Here, we have defined a function. Authenticate. Here is the function. This is authentication malware. I mean, this is a middleware for defining any malwares or any hacking procedures. If the user is authenticated, then this procedure will allow user to access the dashboard. This is a middleware for the user authentication. This function mainly checks if the user is logged in by verifying the presence of the email in the session. If not, if the user is not logged in, the user is redirected to the login page eventually. Next, these are the dashboard routes. Several routes such as dashboard, card, sample, proof, blank, landing are defined to serve various pages, and the user is authenticated middleware to ensure user are logged in or not. Next, coming to the dynamic data rendering, we have seen .ds files for data rendering inside the views directory for retrieving the data from the database and instantly replicating them in the .ds files as an output of the data retrieval. I mean, user request as an output. Next, coming to the dynamic data rendering, this code includes routes, index, proof, card, and nodes. To retrieve and render dynamic data from file store, this data includes card details, ID proofs, nodes, and passwords. The data is retrieved based on the user's email. The user's email for every session, the user email may be changed. Hence, we have defined. We have used the session for maintaining temporary storage that concludes the data of the logged in user, like his or her email and their usernames for replicating the details in the dashboard, and for also their storage and retrieval for the purpose of storage and retrieval. So, coming to the dynamic data rendering, these are the routes. And finally, in order to make this functionality start and initialize, we need to start the server at the end. This application is configured to listen on port number 4000, as we have defined the port number as 4000, and we have created a function and a log that outputs like a console.log. We have defined an output with the string example app listening on port number 4000. When this app started, initialized at the port number 4000, this entire code for which ensures the complete functionality for the working of our web application meta wallet. And this blank.html, card.html, dashboard.html, these are all the interfaces. Blank.html, login.html, these are all the interfaces for taking the inputs from the user. And these are and these .ejs files which are available under the views directory are useful for replication of the data. For rendering the data to the user when the user requests for the output. For accessing their stored details and for deleting them or not. Somewhat. So this is the service key which I have specified in the express.js for establishing a connection to the Firestore database.